Waffle. Liege-Style means it's for peasants who want to feel like lords. Or not. This napkin looks like a cheap plastic tarp. So I'm eating them cold with no topping? Yes, pearl sugar. I totally know what that is. Wait, there's only 4 in the whole box? That felt good. Are normal Eggos not fully cooked? 1 hour? What the fuck? Wait, no oven instructions? Well, an air fryer is basically a small oven with a fan, so who the fuck? Well, there are 4 cooking choices and 4 waffles, so guess I'm cooking them all. It's almost like they knew I was going to do that. But this looks like a decision I'm going to regret. I guess this makes more sense just to toss these in with your kids' lunch. I mean, I don't know that many schools that have toasters lying around. What about the rest of the waffle? Here is the first waffle, and I decided to put it in the toaster because that makes the most sense. But it is quite a chunky boy. And I have a pretty big toaster and this just barely fit. So if you have a smaller one, good luck. As you can also see, they are not very big, but I guess the thickness makes up for it. I'm getting a nice maple aroma though. It's got a good density to it. It is heavy but not too heavy, like you would expect out of any Belgian waffle. The outside is nice and hard, but the inside nice and squishy. And the bits of pearl sugar seem to just be on the outer edge of the waffle, but they add a nice sweet touch to the occasional bite. And since they're melted on, it kind of caramelizes and gives it a candy coating. Next up is the microwaved one. Right off the bat, it definitely does not have the crispy coating, but this one comes with a nice big corner of caramelized sugar. Quite a bit harder to cut through. It's a lot softer than the toaster one. Kinda has that thing going where if you reheat bread or something similar, it gets that raisin-y effect, like if you had your feet in a pool for too long. It started off pretty soft and easy to bite through, but you know, again, like if you microwave bread, it stiffens up a lot. I definitely wouldn't cook it like this. Here is the air fried one. I'd say it's about it seems to be in between the toaster and the microwave as far as crisp crust goes. Easier to cut to in the microwave. This method is the most pain to set up and clean up, but I got to say, I think it did the best job of heating it up. Now, sometimes with a toaster you get cold spots and stuff, but since this was in a small enclosed hot space, the whole thing got nice and evenly heated. And unlike the microwave, this one hasn't turned into a brick. Here is the last waffle. It's been sitting on my counter for almost exactly an hour, so surprised how aromatic it is for not being heated. And you know, since it wasn't heated, it doesn't have that nice crust I like. It's basically just a thick piece of bread at this point. The hour was plenty of time for it to thaw out. It's like if you bought a loaf of bread in the winter and then walked home with it. You know, it is not cold, but it is not warm. The pearls give it flavor, but it's not caramelized like I like. So if you're on the go and you kinda want a waffle or something bread-like, this is doable. You know, and surprisingly, this had plenty of buttery maple flavor. You definitely don't need to add anything to it, but you are going to want a water. I quite like these. Even after eating 4, I could go for another 4. Then again, I have a sweet tooth. As for cooking options, I probably put air fry at the top if you have the time and space and whatever. Good old toaster works perfectly fine. I would definitely not microwave them. And if you're on the go, just throw them in your bag. I'd say these are a lot more high-end and gourmet than a normal Eggo, and they're a lot closer to an actual Belgian waffle, but they're a lot more on the dessert end of things than breakfast. But, you know, I don't mind dessert for breakfast, so I'm going to give these an 8.